Hey everyone, it's Joe and
Michael
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, selling you the best bullion bars and coins shipped to you worldwide from Melbourne in Australia. What's that?
Well, we weren't sure you were going to make it on time, so we grabbed that as the fill-in until you arrived.
Oh, cool. Well, we'll keep it there because it's good looking.
Yeah, that's right.
Not as good looking as me.
The problem is it's blocking the view of the tiger.
So that's true. Tiger, what are you talking about, the tiger?
So next week, Monday the 13th. So what's that, 3 days' time?
Yep.
It is the start of Tiger Week. Mm-hmm. So for anyone that doesn't know, the Perth Mint Lunar release is available for order on Monday the 13th. In the morning, we'll release it onto the web and through the shop if you're within click and collect distance. And all the golds are in. We're having conniptions over the silver because it hasn't arrived yet.
It'll arrive. It will arrive.
It will arrive. My concern is it will arrive Monday. The half ounce and the 2 ounce will arrive Monday. My one panic attack is that I haven't got a confirmation on the 1 ounce, so that could be late coming in. So don't bowl into the shop on Monday morning for click and collect on the 1 ounce silver, because we may not have it in store. That may be the one that's up for pre-order, but I'll know more Monday morning.
And we will be releasing a video on Sunday before the Tiger release, and that'll be about the platinum.
The platinum. Yeah, that's the one that's going to cause me heartburn.
It'll only because we're getting them, but we're getting few.
Yeah, look, it's a mintage of 5,000. So, you know, like when you consider that at least 90% of those 5,000 go overseas, and then the rest is left for us to scramble over as a community of retailers. There's not going to be many kicking around. So if you're after the Platinum Tiger, I strongly suggest you order it first thing in the morning. We
don't know yet. We're not saying it's going to be from 9 a.m. in the morning. It's not going to be. It's going to be sometime in the morning because we do want to avert the
the crashing of the website.
F5. Hi everyone. We didn't really say. We said hi, but hi to all of our subscribers out there, our international subscribers. We've always got someone from somewhere else, like Canada or the US or the UK, and of course all our Aussie subscribers from wherever you are around Australia. We've got a few things to talk about today. We'll take some questions. And what are we trialling today?
Oh, you really want to announce it right now?
Wow, we'll announce it, but we're not announcing. We won't announce the... Wow, should we or not?
Yeah, what the heck. We're going to try some live call-ins.
But not yet. Not yet.
Don't call yet.
No.
But we're actually going to try taking your calls and having I don't know, you can ask any question you like pretty much, but it's going to be like, in my brain, it's going to be kind of like a mini interview, if you like. So just, tell us a bit about yourself type of thing. But if you don't want to tell us about yourself, but you've got a burning question that you'd like to ask, we can absolutely cope with that as well.
Cool, fantastic. Vaughan says, hi everyone. Do you all have your aliens yet?
They're a stunning coin,
really
aren't they?
Cool,
those aliens?
Really, really cool.
So they've been very popular. We've still got some left on the website.
Sold really well.
They have. They've been a good, consistent seller.
Yep.
One of those ones that thankfully we haven't sold out in 20 minutes for. We've actually been able to keep it or get enough stock to last for a few days.
Yep.
So that's been excellent.
Will there be a special?
Yes, there will.
Yes. There will be a special.
No, that's out of shot.
The
special is just out of shot.
Specials, right. Hang on.
Yeah, that's right.
Specials right there. So yes, there will be a special sometime within the live stream. You'll just have to wait to find out. Let's see. A lot of people on. 100 watching already. That is fantastic. Someone's asked, have you seen the price of 1966 50-cent rounds lately? $16 to $25 on eBay.
Yeah, well... 16 is actually not a bad price on eBay. You've got about a third of an ounce of silver there. Yep. That's already like about $11 just in silver content. By the time you add things like PayPal fees, eBay fees, all that sort of stuff, you're getting close to that $14, $15 anyway. So if someone's asking $16, they're not actually asking that much over spot price after their expenses.
Right.
For $25, I'd want one in pretty darn good nick.
I would agree with that. Lee Derby says USA here in NY. That would be New York.
Hey!
Lee, are you in New York State or are you in NYC? Let us know because that's a good place to be. I lived for a bit of a time there. Great to see you. Midnight Gardener, aliens paid for, looking forward to probing them physically soon.
All right.
Cool. Always wear a glove. Let's see. Aussie Kelpie, is it a gold or silver special? You'll have to find out. Sorry, you'll have to wait. But it's a really, really, really good one. We kind of...
You'll have to wait. Probably the one hint we can give is it's not gold.
It's not gold. It is not gold. We get this asked a lot. Do you have any gold backs?
Actually, we may have a source of those.
Oh, really?
I had a conversation with someone, with a wholesaler, I believe yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was yesterday. We may be getting some in because we think we've found some at not a bad premium, but if you consider they're 1/100th or 1,000th of an ounce, like they're tiny, they're gold content. I think it's a thousandth of an ounce.
Right.
If you look at it in a gold content perspective, they're incredibly expensive, but I actually didn't think they were that expensive for what they are.
Fair enough. Do you have any viewer emails or any questions?
I got a stack of them this week.
Cool.
A whole bundle.
Great.
So,
out of interest, let us know how's the audio and all that. Are we coming through clear? And just let us know, is one of us more boomy than the other? Do I need to speak up? Does he need to quieten down? Because
I have a rumbling voice.
You do, mate. Oh, like
okay,
that.
Aussie Frost. This is Jamie in Japan, if I remember rightly. Hey, Earthlings, business or pleasure? I ordered a basic 1 ounce silver Elton John bullion coin from Bullion Now for a friend. When I received it, I had a good look, touched and held it, became hooked on it, and now I want to keep it for myself. Do you guys ever get sentimental over standard bullion? Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Almost every single piece that I get my sticky fingers on, I find I get some form of sentimental attachment, and I find it very difficult to get rid of
and
a lot of my stack. And
standard bullion, that's a big wide range as well, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, not months ago, I think we had someone sell back some rectangular dragons as well, and that's standard bullion.
It is.
But I went, can I have that? Michael said no, and it went to a wonderful customer.
Because I'm mean like that.
He is mean like that. But yeah, like standard bullion, absolutely. You see something, go, oh, I just want that, and I don't think I'll ever sell it ever again.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else have we got here? Yeah, go for it.
So this is from Greg. Hi all at BN, enjoying the great unboxing videos and Friday live stream during lockdown. Great to watch. Yeah, it's great to have something to do during lockdown. Read the epic unboxings, Michael. Not since Michael Jackson has anyone rocked a single glove the way you do. Should have read this beforehand. How about a moonwalk demo for us too, with Joe singing Billie Jean? That will increase the views. I'm skipping through some of it. Also, a couple of months ago, when BN started including the additional footage, the B-roll, I remember you noting that Ruben didn't like the term B-roll. So he's suggesting that we now call it R-roll. In your honour, mate.
R-roll, cool.
Finally, just another...
Hang on, what's wrong with B-roll?
It's technically what it is. You found out about it as a word, and it was...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Times in a row.
I don't know what you're talking about, B-roll.
Ruben, what about the B-roll?
What about the B-roll? The B-roll, the B-roll, the B-roll.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, B-roll?
Nice. That was good.
Finally, just another voice in the many so far asking for a BN store in Sydney. More on that later.
There's no announcement.
Not today, there's not.
This guy just likes to drip out little things every now and then. I go, huh? We're doing what now?
Yeah, well, you know. From Henry, just to share some coin photos with you. Oh, so these are the alien ones. So, okay. I should have printed out the rest of them, not that you could see them on camera. For those that aren't aware, we released the Ghana alien coin, the 1 ounce silver coin in bullion the other day, and it's on our website. But they've actually released, this is Scottsdale's actually released 5 of them, is it? Yeah, so there's a gold one, there's a proof one.
I think there's antiqued one?
Yeah, antiqued one. There's coloured eye one.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a few different types. So if it's really floating your boat, have a look on the web. You'll actually find there's a few different types.
You can flip that around and show the camera.
I can show you that one. No, I can't look live on there. That's the gold one. And you can see it's got the green eyes there. But if you go for a bit of a hunt on Google, you'll actually find there's different variations. Same design, but different variations around that design listed on the web.
We've got a question here from the Fox. If gold is meant to be a hedge against inflation, how come it's going down in price? Shouldn't this be the environment in which it shines?
Well, the easy answer is yes. The longer answer is you don't find that they move in unison. You will find that one leads the other, and quite often you'll find that inflation leads the gold price. So you'll see that inflation's going up. People are realising that, and they're starting to lock in those assets and drive the price up. So yes, in the shorter term, you will see a separation between inflation numbers and the physical price. But you'll see over time that it will actually average out quite well. And we did that. If you go back, search a video that we did last year on the price of houses compared to cash, compared to
I'll find that and
gold, the gold price at that time. And just to give you really rough numbers, and I think I did it recently on a live stream where effectively 330 ounces of gold bought you the average house in Melbourne in 1971 at $40 spot price, which is what the average price was that year. And then in 2020, you'll find that at the spot price at that point, 330 ounces of gold bought the average house in Melbourne, which according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, I think was around about $900,000 at that point.
Wow.
So you'll actually find, if I ran those numbers right now again and we redid the video, you'd actually find those numbers will have changed because house prices have gone up and gold hasn't chased it yet. But I reckon if we came back in about 5 years' time, you would find that it would have actually chased it and caught back up.
That video was called Why the Gold Price Almost Doesn't Matter, and I'm literally pasting it in right there. Yeah. There you go. So check that out. Not now. Check it out later.
Yeah, that's right. And we actually did a follow-up to that one a week or two later because the comments were made of, you wouldn't take the cash and just hold it under your mattress. You'd actually invest it in the bank. So we actually did a follow-up where we put it in and we averaged 8% interest over the 49 years or whatever it was. And you still came out far and away ahead with the hard assets effectively. So I think we compared it to, like I said, the house, the gold, the cash, and the bank account in the follow-up video, and also a muscle car, an old Falcon.
That's an interesting choice. Why would that be?
Oh, well, somebody might be a little bit biased along those sort of lines somewhere.
All right, Nice Post is asking, hey, I'm wondering if you guys have any way you recommend buying capsules and storage for bullion in Australia. I'm loving your channel. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
You've jumped the gun on me because I've actually got an email question about the capsules and I was going to cover it with Matt, but we may as well do it now. As far as capsules go, you can't go past the Lighthouse. Lighthouse brand are great.
Really good,
they used to be German. They picked up the whole operation and moved it to the US several years ago. But they are still probably the premium quality capsule. You can't go past them.
You pay for that?
Absolutely, you pay for that. They're not cheap. I was just about to say, if you want a cheapy version, you just go onto eBay and just buy some general ones.
Alibaba.
Yeah,
like
that type of thing.
Yeah.
But be really, 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 really careful with that. If they use any of the PVC-based chemicals, the fumes in there or the fumes that they produce can actually tone the coin.
Wow.
So be really careful with that. If you're going to go down the cheaper line, just be aware it can tone your coin.
Fair enough. Neeti is asking, what are you guys personally getting next week? Do you have a collection going for Lunar, or do you mix it up year to year?
My answer is yes to both of those.
Okay. Yeah.
I get whatever's grabbing my fancy at the time. I actually really like the Lunar Rocks this year. Oh, good grief. I really like the Lunar Tiger that's about to be released. I'm still on the fence with the silver. I kind of feel like the Tiger's neck's been stretched a bit. But I like the family friendly, I'm assuming it's mother and cub, but lion and cub with that. Yeah. But I really do like the way they've presented it on the gold and the platinum, that design of that tiger looking back over its shoulder. So I'll absolutely be stacking some of those. But I also look at whatever else comes through the door at any time. Really looking forward to the koala later on, early next year. That's a January release.
I actually hope not many people like it, except for our wonderful customers who buy it from us. So then it's just the world's smallest mintage, and it becomes like a 5-ounce mouse or something. You know what I mean?
I'm on the fence with the kookaburra. We did this to death on that live stream that we did about it. I'm not a big fan of the bird bath. and I don't like the lettering on the tiger and not the tiger, on the kookaburra and the kangaroo at this stage. I don't think it matches the scene, but I'll wait to see it in real life before I actually stick with that.
Yep, fair enough. We're getting asked, are you getting fractional US Mint Gold Eagles? Do we have that on the cards?
I don't think I've got any Gold Eagles coming in fractional yet. I was chasing some, but I don't think there's any on the next order coming in. We had some maples, some fractional maples recently. I noticed they sold out really quick, so I'm trying to put in another order for those for some fractional stuff this afternoon. But I hadn't thought about Eagles, but maybe we should consider that.
Fair enough. We've got a bit of a shout out for young Ruben over here. This is from Silver Arc. Quick shout out to Ruben. When Ruben first started, so many years ago now, he hit the ground running, serving me on multiple occasions in and out of lockdowns with excellent service. Thanks, mate.
You would not believe how hard Ruben hit the ground running when he started here. Yeah, because 2 weeks after Ruben arrived, I left him in charge of the shop. I don't know, where were you at that stage? Because you were certainly employed. Oh, no, you were only working a couple of days a week, I think, at that point.
I don't know.
Ruben was
still working like 3 days.
Yeah, Ruben was chief cook and bottle washer while I was in Germany.
That's right, yeah. It was for the World Money Fair.
Yeah, and he'd only been with us 2 weeks, so...
Things haven't gone to normal since.
That's right. I said, don't worry, it'll settle down. And
nope. And then that thing happened.
Yeah.
And then we
Which rolled from one thing to another.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, he hasn't slept for like 2 years. But he's doing a great job.
He's losing weight on us too. We're starting to worry.
Oh no, you don't want to.
It's all right. I know where it's going.
It's like energy. It can neither be created nor destroyed. It's just merely transferred. Fair enough. What is the statue? What's the bust statue all about? We're getting asked.
In all honesty, I don't know enough about it, and we shouldn't have put it on there. It was a last minute, just grab this and put it on. Like I said, Joe wasn't there.
Let me just do a little...
We've actually done an interview with the artist that made this, Adrian. I was going to say Aiden then. I knew that was wrong.
Nope.
Adrian created this, and he's incredibly skilled. He's produced some of the largest precious metal-based sculptures there is.
So everyone knows this is pure silver.
Yeah, except for the earbuds.
Except for the earbuds, which...
I wasn't going to take them out. You're gamer than I am.
Which, I don't know if you can get that. So they're iPhone earbuds, and they are solid gold. So you have a solid silver. I'm talking about the whole thing, the base. Everything is solid, pure silver. And you've got these solid gold earbuds as well that... clip on with they sort of clip on there, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
This is
an amazing...
Yeah, they're amazing pieces.
Yeah.
The boot that wasn't on our desk a couple of live streams ago, I knew you were game taking.
Yeah, I know. I should.
That was also made by... was that made by Adrian? I think that was made by Adrian as well, yeah. I'm getting the thumbs up from Ruben. So, he does all that type of thing. And they are amazing pieces. And we should get... Like I said, we did an interview with him with a banana gun that he made.
Oh yeah,
ages ago.
Yeah. That's
but we should get him back in, and we should talk to him about it and the whole sculpture theme. It's they do some amazing stuff.
This has been valued at a lot.
Yeah.
I won't say how much exactly, but I don't remember exactly, but I know it's a lot.
Well, the boot was something along the lines of about that 150 or 170,000.
There you go.
For the boot. Mind you, it was 22.5 kilos, I think it was, of solid silver.
This is hefty. Seriously, that's... one hand? Can't do it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Any other questions?
I'll put a link through to that video with Adrian.
Got this one from Mark. Check out the video below yours. It's a NASA video in my subscription. So this is our... I don't know if it'll hold up to the camera very well. So this is what's come through on his feed, and then which is our unboxing of the alien, and then underneath it, NASA's put in a "Do aliens exist?"
It's the YouTube algorithm working for you. That's cool. Let's see. Yeah, we've answered that one. I think they do look awesome. Let's see. If you find that you're missing just a few items in a collection set, where would you usually source them? If eBay, how do you determine authenticity? I wouldn't start with eBay. I'd finish with that if you have no other choice.
It depends on what you're talking about, really. Is it a Like, is it a more numismatic set? And that could be bullion that has now moved into the numismatic realms because of, the age it is, so it's become a collector's item. Or whether you're looking for just plain collection stuff, I want to complete my tiger collection, sort of thing. In that case, I'd be saying hit the bullion stores, hit the coin shops, get them from there. I'm always hesitant to suggest people going down the second hand or the secondary market. It's a hard one. You can get some really good deals. You get some really good people in the secondary market that are just trying to maximise their premium. Because as free plug here, as we always say, Bullion Now pays spot for whatever you're selling back. But if you've got to collect a coin, you might not want to sell it at spot. You want that little bit extra, so you're selling it into the secondary market. So there's some good people there, but you've just got to be so careful. Particularly if it's a precious metal based item, make sure you incorporate your bullion dealer in some form. So whether it be you conduct the transaction at the bullion dealers and get it run past the XRF and the operator's eye to make sure that it's okay, that type of thing. Don't be shy of doing that. If it's more a numismatic coin, maybe try and incorporate your coin dealer in the transaction. Even if, depending on what we're talking about, if it's just a 1/10 coin that's a couple of $100, it's not worth paying any extra sort of thing. But if you're buying a $30,000 coin to complete your collection, or even a $1,000 coin, it's not a bad idea to say to your coin dealer or something, look, is it okay if I do it here? And if he says, oh, look, I'm going to charge you for it. Well, if he charges you $20 or $30, so what on a $1,000 deal? It's better that than getting ripped off and finding you've got a fake. So that's what I'd suggest. Try and incorporate a professional in some capacity to check the veracity of the transaction.
Fair enough. We've got BJ's asking, g'day guys, for long-term investment, is it better to invest in gold coins or gold bars ingots? It's the old coins or bars question. Really depends. It depends. It's a great idea to diversify. We always talk about that. Diversify within type, within brand, within size. So in type, coins or bars, rounds, that kind of thing. Gold bars, you're going to get a little bit of better bang for your buck in terms of the pricing when you initially buy. Some coins, we've said this about 1 million times throughout the YouTube channel live, some coins can attract a bit more of a collector's premium over time. And so that's kind of the short answer, really. What are your expanded views on that?
Not investment advice. I would always fall back on the coins. Because spot price, with a bar, you're effectively tied to spot price. Yep. Okay, some of the vintage bars can build a collector's premium in them, but effectively, if you buy a Perth Mint bar today, it's going to be worth, that spot price plus a bit of premium in 5 years' time. If you buy a Perth Mint coin today, okay, you're going to pay that little bit extra. You are going to pay an extra 50 to 150, somewhere in there, in premium, extra over above the bar, depending on what coin it is, what manufacturer, what time sort of thing. But I would argue that in the 5 years' time, in the majority of cases, you will be able to extract a far greater premium above it, even to a point where quite a number of coins, irrespective of even if spot price had halved, you would find that the coin has still gone up in value. Because it's that collector's item.
Yep, fair enough. All right, let's see. Do you have any other questions on yours?
Like I said,
let's go with that.
I've got quite a few.
Go for it.
This is from Tand. I don't even know how to pronounce this one. TAND T&P Holdsworth. T&P Holdsworth.
There we go.
Geez, I'm a bit thick.
That's the last name, Holdsworth.
I have a question about my kilo unallocated silver account. Can I use some of the balance in this account to buy silver coins, or must it be used for kilos only? To answer your question honestly, we swear and curse when people do it, but we still allow people to do it.
We do.
It's a bit of a pain in the neck in the back end, but at the end of the day, it's actually pretty simple, and I'm just having a whinge. Yeah, look, just go ahead and do it. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
All good.
Any numbers yet on the 5 ounce ox?
No, and I checked it up. They've actually given us the numbers for everything bar the 5 ounce and the kilo, I think it is, the final numbers. So no is the short answer, but I expect it sometime before Christmas.
Fair enough. Did I miss how the specials are going to roll out now? No, you haven't missed us talking about the special just yet. It's coming.
I would love to say we could give you a rollout for the forever future.
A procedure. We're still figuring out that procedure, ladies and gentlemen.
But we're trying a couple of different ways, and whichever one kind of works for us, we'll do the majority of the time. Yeah. And then we'll always throw in extras because it depends. We might get something that suits a different method, you know, in sort of thing at a different time.
Yep, but this special is a doozy, that's all I'm going to say. So stick around. Let's see.
There's been a person asking, I think, for a while now, on if we're getting Libertads in.
Yes, I saw that.
Just a quick, if there's any reason
I saw that,
not, the answer can just be, hey, we're struggling to get them, but just to quickly address it so they're not feeling like we're ignoring it.
It was Roberto Diaz, and he asked, why are Libertads so hard for stackers and for you guys to import? Are the quantities too small or are they too expensive?
They're not too expensive, you just can't get hold of them. They just don't exist anymore, really. You used to be able to buy them from the Mexican bank. You can't do that anymore. There's just the availability is not there, is the short answer. So, no, we're not getting them in the shorter term. I don't know what's happening in the longer term. I haven't seen their intentions for 2022, 23, and so on. We were this close to securing a whole stack of Libertads in buybacks a couple of weeks ago, and I was really disappointed we didn't get them. Yeah,
oh, no.
I was really crusty because I thought that'd be really good.
Michael, I don't understand why we wouldn't have gotten them because we pay spot price.
It had nothing to do with the price. It was the fact that they couldn't bear to let go of them, which I understand.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
But they sold us some kilo bars instead.
Yep. Lorenzo Candello, Tiger updates. There's nothing much to update except Monday.
Monday the 13th, be there. They will either be available to purchase at the time or they will be on pre-order. And I suspect the 1 ounce silver will be on pre-order.
Probably.
I apologise for that in advance.
And the 1 ounce platinum will go like that.
Yeah, the 1 ounce platinum will either be there or will be sold out.
It'll be there. I mean, we will release.
Yeah, it will be there.
And we won't pre-sell.
For a few moments.
We won't pre-sell them all to anyone. Let's see. Lorenzo's also asking, can I purchase any empty monster boxes? That's a hard one because...
the short answer is we don't usually tend to charge for the monster boxes. We use them a lot ourselves.
We use them. That's the big thing.
And most, like if somebody buys a monster box or almost a monster box, 9 times out of 10 we give them the monster box.
Well, if they're buying a monster box, they get the monster box.
Yeah, okay.
But if you're buying, 3/4, you're buying whatever that is, 3/4 of a monster box.
Well, it depends on which monster box.
You're probably getting the box as well. So
and look, occasionally we have a spare that we keep tripping over, so we'll give it to a customer. We don't tend to send them out to people. We've done it a couple of times, but it just causes horrendous problems because even though we don't charge for it, the increase in freight and all that sort of stuff, it just blows the costs out. So it's a bit difficult. And the other time we never ever do it, although. Was it you that did it the other day? No, I think it was Brett did it the other day. Gave out one of the Star Wars ones. I was really crusty.
Oh, did he? It wasn't me. I ain't giving away no Star Wars box.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about that when I found out.
No good. Any more questions on your end?
Yeah, so this is from Bruce. Hi, Bullion Now. Like the live stream and other YouTube videos you put out. Thanks for that. Note for Michael. Perth Mint has for sale 12 coin, 2 ounce silver proof Lunar Series 3 coin set for subscription. This may explain the balance of 1,000 2 ounce proof Series 3 coins that I couldn't explain the other day. Because there's only 1,000. The only way you can buy them, other than by the sounds of it with the subscription service, the only way you can get hold of the 2 ounce silver proof Tiger is buying it as part of the, I can never remember, Rubes, is it the 3 coin series or the Trio series?
The Trio is the official, like
the Trio is one. So there's 2 3 coin series that they produce. There's the Trio, which is the 1/2 ounce, the 1 ounce, and the 2 ounce proof, and that's the only way you can get the 2 ounce. And then there's the one they're about to release next month, I think it is, which is the gold, silver, and coloured in the 1 ounce. One's called the 3 ounce, one's called the Trio, and I can never remember which way around it goes. But Ruben assures me the Trio is the one with the 2 ounce.
Tentatively assures.
So if you want the 2 ounce in the proof, grab it in that. It's it is probably the most limited production out of all the Tigers in silver, particularly.
We've got P Pan asking, is your delivery of precious metals when we post out to people fully insured. It seems that the delivery people just leave the deliveries at the front door.
Oh, that is the bane of my existence.
It's the bane of our Bullion Now's existence. It's obviously, and we shouldn't have to say it, but we will say it. I just to say it. Once it leaves us, it is now out of our hands. But it's the individual driver on the day, whether they are feeling like they want to play by their rules set by their company or not, if you understand what I'm saying. So it happens. Most of the time they get delivered completely fine, but you're going to find the odd one isn't doing their job properly and they get smacked very quickly.
They do. Look, this is a bugbear, as I said. We have a problem with this. Everything that goes out from Bullion Now is almost everything. So I'm talking at least 98% of our stuff that goes out is express post, signature on delivery. Yeah. It's fully tracked and it's fully insured up to $25,000, which is why if you order $50,000 worth, you'll find that we send it out in 2 separate parcels. So every single item that goes out from us, with the very rare exception of some really large, like if we're sending out 200 or 300 kilos of silver, it usually doesn't go out express. It usually goes via armed escort type of thing, armed security service. Yeah. And so it's not express. It gets there in a couple of days and it's signature on delivery and all that sort of stuff. So that's the odd exception. But everything else goes out express post, signature on delivery, and always will, and it's fully tracked. Unfortunately, there are rogue elements of the couriers that don't obey that, and they have been known to drop things at doors to a point where we're actually looking at changing courier companies again to try and sort this problem out, because they assure me that they will sign for everyone and get signatures for everyone, and then they don't, and it's not
a high proportion. But it's
not.
Huge,
the problem is I'm dealing with it every day, but when you consider the number of parcels that we send out, it would be less than 1%, I think. But it's still an issue for us.
And it's still not good enough. So, let's see. We have the Fox asking, do you ever send bullion to a refinery to be melted down, or do you always resell what you've bought back?
We do send it to refineries on occasion. So those occasions would be if we get a really, really badly knocked around bar. And I'm thinking someone that uses a backhoe to dig theirs out of the ground. So we've had to send a few of those back because they've been pretty badly beaten. If we get large size bars, we had some 15 kilo bars in very recently. So I needed some smaller metal sizes. I needed some, I think they've been turned into 5 and 10 ounce bars. So we sent some of those back to the refinery because they are industrial size refined ones. So they went back. This is a good lead into. Sometimes when we do stupid things like this, I'm assuming that's on the camera. I don't know, 6 months ago, we did a thing, I reckon the desk now. We did a thing with a 1,000 ounce bar where we cut it in half. We can't sell this as such. Because it now incurs GST because of stamps and not being stamped correctly and all that sort of stuff. So this will go back to a refinery to be turned into other things.
I don't want to get rid of that. It's so cool.
I'm a bit sentimentally attached to it, but
you shouldn't be, because you spent 45 minutes trying to saw into that thing with a saw with a saw blade like this big and this like thin.
One of my more embarrassing moments. So, and it wasn't. Despite the fact that it sounded like we were trying to buy in Bunnings for it, it actually wasn't their fault. I misled them. I told them I needed a blade to cut through wood and metal. I couldn't tell them I was cutting a silver bar in half. So they gave me one, and then as soon as we touched the wooden box that this came in with the blade, the wooden box fell apart. So now I was trying to cut a silver bar in half with what was effectively almost a wood saw, and it was embarrassing.
I think it's at a point where we should try some live phone-ins. What do you think?
This is either going to work really well or going to be incredibly embarrassing, and we're going to cut to a blank screen, and I'm going to come on with an apology later.
Shall we?
So some ground rules.
Yeah.
We are obviously a family-friendly viewing, so if you're going to phone in, please respect that. Respect your language. We're also not a political channel, so we're not going to go down any political paths or,
what's been going on in the world, all that stuff. We won't talk
conspiracy
about that,
theories
all that
or anything along those sort of
Yeah.
lines. And I don't mean that derogatorily.
No.
I'm just saying that's not the sort of channel we are. We're a precious metal channel, and that's what we'd like to encourage. So if you'd like to phone in and be live on our live stream, we will answer pretty much any question you've got that's bullion related. We'd love to hear about you, where you are. Obviously, keep it very general. We don't want you saying, I live at 55 Smith Street in Smithsville, and I've got 2 kilos of gold sitting out on my dining table. Keep it as generic as you can, but we'd love to hear about you and where you are and where you are with your stacking and that sort of thing. And if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask.
Now, how many are we going to do for this trial?
We're only going to do a trial, so we'll do 1 or 2, I'd
Okay.
say, for the phone-ins.
And
I don't know what we're going to do if no one
what's
phones
the
in.
number to call in on?
So if you call in on 1300 84 84 10 and talk to the lovely Sylvia,
Right
she will put you through.
Down below.
Down below.
Down below. Oh, it's on this live stream, is it? Okay, so if you dial the number that's down below and talk to Sylvia, she'll put you in the queue. Or, like I said, we're only going to do a few. So chances are, if the phone's engaged, we've probably already got someone in the system.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the correct number. So, dial that number, talk to Sylvia, she'll queue you through, and we'll have a bit of a yarn.
Yep, we will do the special after we've done a couple of calls and things, see how that goes. Someone's asking, where's the special? Where's the special?
It's
Go
coming.
away, it's coming.
Relax. So we had any phone calls? If no one wants to call in.
Then maybe.
Well, they've got to go through the gatekeeper of this and that.
Yeah, okay.
Sylvia is on the phone. So
Yeah.
That's all right.
Let's see. Lilith is asking, with allocated storage, if I want it all sent when I buy something, should I wait until the new purchase? That's an interesting question. Should I wait till the new purchase gets into storage, then send an email, or can I just leave a comment on the purchase?
Now, you can actually leave a comment on the purchase if you're buying over the web. So there's a notes section there. You can put in the notes, please forward.
Please send the rest of my stuff.
Now, you may find that, you've probably selected shipping at that point. If you haven't selected shipping, we'll send you a shipping invoice. You also may find that you get a follow-up invoice if you've gone over our weight categories. So, while if you've just ordered a 1 ounce coin, the system is going to say, oh, well, that's less than 500 grams, so it's this amount. If it's, if you've got 4 or 5 other items and it takes you over that number, then we may have to send you an invoice for another, $5, $10, $15, $20 just to cover the shipping for the rest that's coming out. But yeah, you can do it on the first invoice.
Fair enough. We even have a phone ringtone as well.
do.
That was kind of cool.
I think it's Sylvia on the line at the moment.
Okay.
No,
Oh, hello.
Yeah, she won't be coming through on stream.
Not coming through yet? Okay.
No,
Okay,
she
fair
should be
enough.
on stream now.
You're on the stream? Hi, Sylvia. Are you actually our
Hi,
first
how are you?
caller? You're our first caller, or?
I have got a first caller, and his name's Richard, and he's interested in talking about something that Michael really, really enjoys discussing.
All right.
So I'll leave that one as a bit of a mystery,
All right.
and Richard can discuss it with you.
All right.
So
G'day.
if you bear with me for a moment, I'll transfer him through to you.
no
Won't
problem.
be a moment.
Thanks,
No
Sylvia.
problem. Are you able to turn that up on yours by any chance?
I can. I just
That'd be
don't coming through.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so we get another phone call.
There we are. Phone's going left. This is normal.
Richard, are you there? G'day. How you doing?
G'day, fellas. How are you?
Really
mate.
well. Richard, don't say exactly where you're from, but what state are you calling from?
New South Wales.
New South Wales,
Hey.
mate. We're feeling your pain, mate. Feel your
Yes.
pain. You have a question for the man. Go for it.
I wanted to ask you, I know it's a bit of a weird topic, but collector's coins in terms of, licensed products like King Kong, Star Wars, Tetris, all those sort of releases. Do you see them more as numismatic, or do you see them more as bullion in terms of, because they've got art on them and they're collectible and there's a whole heap of us nerds going crazy for them? Or do you view them as more bullion grade just on their purity?
No, I would see them as a collector coin, so a numismatic coin. Usually, you'll find they're quite a bit more than a normal standard bullion coin, because there's licensing fees to pay on them and all that sort of stuff. So even if they produce them as a bullion coin, there's still that premium on them. But no, very quickly, there are a lot of us nerds around that seem to gravitate towards those. The one thing I would say, though, is be very careful about the ones that you get. The licensed ones are harder to predict than a lot of the others, because some of the more common ones that you think will go off like a frog in a sock don't. They fall back and do pretty much nothing. Whereas some of the more niche ones sometimes just explode out of the gates, and you just can't, you can't believe how quickly the premium grows on them. So they're probably one of the harder ones to actually guess as to which one's going to explode and which one's not. It's
like you've said before, you can almost treat each individual numismatic release like a mini lottery ticket, where you might win out. I mean, you're always still at least getting the base sort of coin value, but with the opportunity for it to really go through the roof.
Yeah, I don't like the term lottery. I know what he's referring to. I mean. Yeah, you know what I mean. Because unlike a lottery, you can actually control it to a degree.
Yeah.
You can certainly put the odds in your favour. We'll put it that way.
Yep, fair enough.
Does that answer your question, Richard, or is he still there and we've hung up on him? No, does that answer your question, mate?
I'm still here. I'm probably going to get buried with my Star Wars coins at this point. I spent 6 months trying to source the whole, not the collector's value, but the general bullion Star Wars coins from the NZ Mint from 2016 onwards.
Yeah.
And it has been a nightmare.
Can I ask you, Richard, did you get the Death Star?
Yeah, I got it. It cost me an arm and a leg.
Hang on, I think we're talking about different things.
The New Zealand Mint Death Star?
So, yeah, the New Zealand Mint, they did a coin of the Death Star.
I'm talking about the actual...
Death Star. Did you say Death Star or did you say the Imperial logo?
The Death Star, the actual from the New Zealand Mint. It was the one that's shaped like it's a kilo
silver spherical.
No, I didn't get. Oh,
that's
man.
too much for me.
Right.
Yeah, no, that one was a pearler.
Sold out in 5 minutes, just like the Baby Yoda one.
Yeah, that's right. The Baby Yoda went off like nothing else. That was a good one. That was relatively recently too, I think.
All right.
No, but I did get a Mythosaur, which is incredibly hard to get.
Yeah,
Ruben's nodding his head there like, yep.
Ruben's the man to... I mean, I've actually got some of the Star Wars coins as well, but Ruben's a fanatic on them. So he's big smiles behind the camera and he's nodding his head going,
trying to convince Michael to get said kilo Death Star.
That's right. And blow it up.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
We will try
if
that.
If you do anything to Star Wars coins, I'll have to unsub.
Yeah, there's a few of us like that, mate. All right. What else have you got in your stack?
So I know because you mentioned it, this will disappoint you. I've got quite a few 2021 Dragons.
Yep.
I recently purchased, I've got 50 ounce, I won't say, sorry, no. I've got kangaroos, I've got a maple, I've got an American eagle, I've got a Krugerrand, I've got the Austrian coin. I've pretty much got one of every single of the top 6 or top 8 collector's coins in the world in terms of just normal bullion.
So
I don't have any gold.
You're more a coin guy than a bar guy, like a stacker, I'll pay.
I've just got one Beskar bar coming in the 1 ounce variety.
Excellent. Good stuff. All right, thanks for calling in, mate.
Thanks so much, Richard.
For being the first
You
live.
are the first.
Absolute first. So really appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much.
There you go. See you guys.
See ya.
See you, mate. All right, so we've got, and keep the calls coming through. If we have another one, just Ruben, feel free to patch it through.
We do have another one. It's just it won't come up on this phone.
Okay, fair enough.
Sylvia, if you can redirect it to Ruben's computer, we'll be able to take it from there.
Thank you. In the meantime, we've got Philip asking, I know BN are holding orders in storage for collection for free while we're in lockdown, but is there going to come a point that items will have to be mailed out? Yes.
Look, you never say never.
But yeah, at some point. I mean, when lockdown is over, there will come a point where you've built up your collection, and we got to make space. And the free storage is there for a period of time, and it's going to be as such. So then you might get an email or a phone call or something to say, hey, you had it for X amount of time. What would you like to do next? Do you want to buy some more? Do you want to get it shipped out to you, etc.? So it will come eventually.
As a normal part of our business, we offer 3 months free storage. And it allows people to work out what they're going to do, if they're going to buy a bit more and have it posted out, if they're going to come into the shop one day and pick it all up all in one hit. So that's fairly normal. We are extending that because of the lockdown. We anticipate that when the lockdown finishes, people will start to come in and collect or have it shipped out. But we've got no set hard and fast because it's pretty hard. None of us know what's happening even day to day in regards to lockdown. So.
All right, so we've got Sylvia here waiting to tell us about another call.
Go, Sylvia.
Hi guys, that was really informative. I've got Rob on the phone now, and he's really interested in talking about stacking and converting his wages into stacking and how that would all work. So I'll transfer him through to you guys. It'll be another interesting chat.
Lovely, thank you. All right, we'll wait for that call to come through. I'm sure it won't take too long.
It'll be straight away.
It'll be straight. Oh, there it is. G'day, Rob. You're live on the air. Bullion Now. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I was enjoying the music for while I was waiting. It wasn't bad.
Like a groovy hold music, have we?
Nice, good to know. Again,
I'm a guitar player, so I loved it.
Oh, lovely. Good stuff. Don't give us specifics, but what state do you hail from?
Sorry, hang on. I wanted a little bit.
That's all right. What state are you from? Where are you calling from? Don't say exactly where, but where are you from, in state-wise?
Oh, I'm Victoria.
Oh, fantastic.
Hey.
All right. Go ahead and ask your question.
So, I've been stacking for about 5 years, and I'm a tradesperson, which is a little bit, I'd say, different to some people that invest, because a lot of tradies spend their money elsewhere. But I've been buying on an average of maybe 20% of my monthly income each month. As someone that's stacking for the next 5 or 10 years, would you guys, what would be a better option? Would it be better buying larger amounts or buying consistent smaller amounts?
This is not financial advice. I don't know, do you want to lead off with that one or you want me to?
Well, look, no, you lead off.
I'd do both.
Yeah.
What I would do, I mean, you're talking about 20% a month, which is pretty good. That's a really good savings plan. What I'd be looking at doing is maybe, and I might be shooting myself in the foot. I'm assuming you buy off us because you're talking to us on this channel, but I'd actually carve that back a little bit, and I'd maybe do a consistent 10%, 15% per month, and then I'd keep a little bit of aside for when you can, do a bulk buy, whether it be, a tiger release. I'll get in a big chunk of those sort of thing for the investment purpose, or whether it be, spot prices taking a hit. I'm going to load up, and that way you're getting a bit of both worlds. You're getting that consistent. I'm locking it away every month, so at the end of 5 years, I'm going to have a really good chunk put away. But also, it leaves you the option to pick up some bargains when they come past.
That's a fair point. Yeah, you preferably.
Well, yeah, as a stacker for a while, sometimes the percentages go into some of the higher premium coins. For sure. So, what are you guys forecasting besides the tigers to get in that are more a little bit rarer? Like you talk about the libertads essentially disappearing, but is there anything down the line in the next few months that's a little bit more upbeat? And what availability do I have, obviously not being able to come into store, to look at your more premium coin range that you've got in that nice glass cabinet there?
Okay, most of the stuff that's in the cabinets you'll actually find on either our website, if it's bullion based, or on Little Coin Shop's website. So that's littlecoinshop.com.au. So you can look at them on there. As far as things like the tiger and the sizes go, if you're stacking silver, I'd try and get some 1 ounces because you have to hold the 1 ounce. That's the limited edition. But then I'd start focusing on the 2, but particularly the 5 ounce in the silver. In the gold, I'd be looking again at the 1 ounce, and I'd be looking at the 1/10 if you're looking for something to stack, because the 1/10, even though your premium's a bit higher, the 1/10 is always really easy to flip. It's really popular size. So that's where I'd go. And the platinum, the 1 ounce platinum, mate, if you can get them, not financial advice, but if you can get them, grab them.
Awesome. I've got one more question. You know, guys, with the XAG rounds that you guys did, because when I first started buying off you, my favourite one was those blank XAG rounds with you know, you could draw on top. Have you had anyone sending photos of what they've been able to do with an inscriptor or something on those points?
Yeah, we have had, this is going back about 12, 18 months ago. We have had some pictures and stuff that have come through of things people have had designed on the back. And I can't think where we put those pictures at all. But I'll have a hunt around and see if I can come up with some.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
Any other questions?
Guys, thanks for the chat.
No worries, mate.
No worries.
Good. Thanks for the chat.
No problem. Thanks, mate. See ya.
Cheers.
See ya.
All right. This is working out great so far. I'm liking this stuff. Do you want to cut it there, or do you want to take any more calls?
No, I don't know what time it is, but we've got to be marching along.
Oh, yeah.
And I've still got a few questions.
Okay.
We haven't brought Matt in yet.
So that's it for the calls?
That's it
And
for
the special.
And the calls.
The special's coming. Special's coming.
Relax.
So
We'll get to the
just so
special.
everyone, that's it for the calls. Please now leave the phones free for
Leave Sylvia alone.
for regular customer inquiries. So no more live calls.
Yeah. And look in the comments section, if you could just tell us if that worked for you or not, that'd be great. If we should try it again later. This one's from Brett. Howdy, quick question. With the Perth Mint releasing the new Lunar series in gold, silver and platinum, why don't they have a different design on the platinum coin? I believe there might be a bit more interest in collecting all three coins if there were different designs. I actually agree with you there.
I agree with that.
But I'd suggest
Time?
cost. Because you've got to set up you've got to design a new design, and then you've got to set up new dies and all that sort of stuff. So it's not cheap to do it. And look, I'm not speaking for Perth Mint here, okay? You've got to remember that. I'm just an average mug punter on the side of the road. But I don't think they expected the the platinum component of the Lunar series to be as popular as it was.
Okay.
So they've set it at 5,000, and I actually think if you talk to them over a beer on the quiet, you'd actually find that they regret limiting it to 5,000, that they would have rathered it was much more. And I think if they had gone to a larger number, so that 15 to 20,000, then they could have afforded to, or sorry, not that they could have afforded, but it would have been far more cost effective than to have another design for the platinum. So maybe when we get, and I'm talking 9 years time, when we get to the Series 4, you may even see that they do expand that platinum range for the Lunar. But they can't now because it's been locked in with federal parliament, because it is legal tender, that this is the way they're going to run the design for the next 12 years.
Fair enough. And to answer the question that someone's asking, yes, we are getting the Platinum Tigers. Again, we keep saying on Monday, the 13th of September, this coming Monday, at some time in the morning, they will be released for sale. If you want one, I'd be clamouring to get one because we have a small amount. Do you want to do that, or do you want to?
We'll do a special.
All
we'll
right.
do a special. Let's move the earbuds out the way.
Are we ready to reveal? So, shall we give the rules, or shall we show it first?
Oh, let's show it first. Everyone wants to know what it is. We need to get a cover for this table. We're scratching it up.
All right. You are looking at Eagles.
Glove. Has anyone got a glove?
No.
DJ, can you flick me the glove from over there? Sorry, that shows I should have been. Thank you.
You are looking at an entire monster box of 2020 American Silver Eagles buybacks. They are not brand new, just so you know.
Series 1 or Series 2?
Series 1, Type 1.
Type 1, sorry.
Type 1. There's only Type 1 in 2020.
There is, that's right.
Type 1, 2020 buyback Silver Eagles. Now, when we say buyback, obviously we mean they have been pre-owned. We bought them back from a customer. I can tell you now, though, they're in great condition. Right there. Do you reckon, Rubes, can you get a...
I just picked one randomly out of the pot.
Mm-hmm. So, that's what we've got for sale.
Okay, so look, they are buybacks, so I'm not guaranteeing the quality. Now, you've just seen an example of one. They're in good nick.
Yeah.
But if if you purchase some and they turn up with a small scratch on it or something like that, you have my full apologies, but that's about it. So they are what they are. They're not like they're brand new ones where we'll kind of, if somebody says, oh, it's come in with a fingerprint on it, or it's come in with a a small mark on it, usually we'll try and fix the problem. But these are buybacks. They are second handies. You've seen the quality of a random one that we pulled out.
Yeah.
So are you going to pull out another one?
I will pull out another one just
I'll
to
put my glove back on.
Just to save you pulled out the middle one and all that sort of stuff.
In fact, why don't I pull one out of the middle of the deck?
All right, do that. Go for it. So we will be running this in a similar way we did last time, where you will have to send us an email. So for those people who are madly scrambling to get a draft
stand by one. Oh, I've got her upside down.
There we go.
Stand by. Don't send the email yet, because if you don't follow the rules, you actually won't end up with what you need.
You need a special word in the subject line, and I'll let you know what that is soon.
Before you launch in though, so they are buybacks. I thought I'd leave them out for now. Right. They are buybacks, so the condition is as they turn up. They are not encapsulated, and they will not be put into capsules. Because we're doing them at a U-Butte price, by the time I pay for the guys to actually put them into capsules and all that sort of stuff, it just means a horrendous loss. So they won't come in a capsule. They will come in a Ziploc bag. And if you buy, actually they come in...
Well, it's because we're selling them in lots of 5.
Yeah, so they'll come 5 in a bag. So look, in transit, we will endeavour to stop it by taping them down, but there may be a little bit of movement, and there may be that one marks another. Right, so, it may happen.
So let's pull this back quickly and simplify it. You are purchasing a 5 lot, so 5 times 1 ounce, 5 times 1, so 5 in total of the 2020 buyback Silver Eagles. You can't buy 1, you can't buy 6, you're buying 5. So the way we're doing it is you're going to send an email to us. We'll give you the code word, the word for the subject line.
Can you see it if I roll it up like that?
And then we will send you a link to the specific sale page. And you'll be entering a quantity of 1, and that just means you're buying 1 lot of 5. And we're actually limiting it to 1 per customer anyway, so you can only buy 1 lot of 5, if that makes sense. So you need to send an email to live@bullionnow.com.au, live@bullionnow.com.au. Don't send it yet, because you need to enter a specific word or a phrase in the subject line. Now, word? It's not a phrase, sorry. DJ is correct. He is correct. It's a word, I guess, not a phrase. It's not multiple words.
If you don't get the word right,
sorry,
the system is automated. It's not that we're being mongrels about it. It's that because we get so many emails, we've actually had to source an automated system.
Yeah.
So the automated system, if you don't use the correct word, won't recognise what you're doing, and it'll ditch it to the side. And you'll miss out. So you've got to follow exact instructions on this one.
And I haven't looked at the comments, but people are going to be asking what the price is. So what's a normal sort of over spot price per ounce for an American Silver Eagle?
All the Americans watching this are going to freak out.
Yeah, Australian dollars.
So in Australian dollars, you're usually paying somewhere towards $20 an ounce over spot.
Yeah, that's for like a brand new 2021 Eagle. Yeah. Even when we had the brand new 2020 Eagles, you're paying that kind of 18, 19 kind of thing.
Between 18 and 20 is fairly normal above spot.
Today for buybacks, which you've seen the condition, we are charging spot plus $7 per ounce. So times that spot plus $7, times that by 5, because you're buying 5 coins, that's what you'll be paying. But you'll see it on the link that we will be sending you if you are one of the first 100 emails to come through, because we have a box of 500, 5 each, 1 limit of 1 per customer. 100 separate individuals can purchase. Please don't try and game the system and double up and buy one for, as you like to say, the neighbour's dog and the budgie and all that sort of stuff. If we think you're not playing fair by the rules, we'll have to cancel subsequent orders. So here we go, live@bullionnow.com.au. You know the deal, you know the price. The word you need to put in the subject line is Eagle 5. That's 5, F-I-V-E, not the number 5. So all one, no space in between. Eagle 5 is your...
As one word?
As one word.
Yeah.
You couldn't have made that harder, could you?
Yes, I could have. Decided not to. So,
Seriously, guys.
Is that coming up on the screen? Oh, if you can pop that possibly up on the screen, that would be lovely. So Eagle 5
As one word.
as one word, no space in between, and not the number 5, but FIVE.
Won't be on screen, but I've put it in the comments.
Fantastic.
Right. Okay, so it's in the comments. It's not on the screen.
Yep, Eagle 5. That is exactly what we need.
So make sure
it doesn't matter whether it's lowercase or uppercase.
Yeah, it's not case sensitive, but it is letter sensitive. So spell it exactly the correct way.
Yep.
It works.
And
That's the first time we've tried the system live, and it's working. So
right.
that's good to see.
Getting them in.
they're coming through thick and fast. That is fantastic.
Yeah, so it's limited to 100. There was something else you were saying that I thought we needed to cover.
Eagle 5 is alive. Yes, the Midnight Gardener.
Eagle 5 is alive.
Please don't use the number 5. Use the FIVE.
Calypso Moon, you are trying to steer people wrong. I know what you did just there. No, it is Eagle 5, FIVE, not the number 5.
Yeah.
So they're coming
Please
through.
also, when you get the link, please don't share it around. It's for you and for you only. And we
Because
can actually tell, we can run a comparison in the back end with the email addresses.
Yeah.
And if we find that the system's been gamed, then we're going to have to start cancelling orders.
Yep, don't share it around. This is just for live stream viewers right now. Again, we've probably received 100 emails already, but
I don't think so.
Spot plus $7 each, and you're buying a bag of 5. Again, they'll come in the Ziploc baggie, just the 5 in the one bag, and they're buyback coins, and that is what it is. Once we receive your emails, we'll then start replying to your emails with the link to this specific page. And you're welcome to add other stuff to your order, of course, if you want. You can choose to have it shipped out straight away. You can choose to have, free storage. We're already up to 50.
We're at 50. Remember, you're not putting it in the comments. You're actually putting it on the email that you've got to send to live@bullionnow.com.au.
Yes, it's in the subject line of the email. Don't put it in the chat because that makes no sense.
Yeah.
So in the subject line of the email, you need to put Eagle 5, one word, FIVE, not the number 5. How are we going?
52.
52. All right, they're coming through thick and fast. Fantastic. So let's see if we can answer some more questions, unless you've got one there.
I've got one there. You're going to have to scroll a mile back.
A lot of them are Eagle themed at the moment.
Yeah.
So this is from Adam. I've just seen the design for both the Ram and the Perth Mint Luger Tigers. What are your thoughts on them? You got a thought on the
I
Ram
was not
one?
listening. On the Ram. Oh, I have not seen the Ram Tiger.
Oh, haven't you?
No.
Between you, me, and the gatepost, I actually prefer the Ram design on the silver.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, on the silver. Okay.
Yeah. I actually, that's really an unfair statement because I actually really like both designs, particularly, like I said before, the gold and the platinum design, which is the same design. I think it's a really great photo up on the rock there, looking back over the tiger's shoulder. I'm not in love with the silver one, but we'll see how that grows on me. But I do really like the Ram design.
Fair enough. A lot of people are saying they've sent through their email. Good to see. What are we up to there, Deej?
61.
61. We're climbing. Okay. We're going to be...
Apparently there is a couple of reports of those coming in with spaces in between. So keep in mind, people.
No space in between. Eagle 5, FIVE, no space in between.
All is one word.
Yeah, you gotta love the IT world. A
Yes.
space is actually not a space in the IT background. It's %20.
Oh, yeah. So it is
It's different. That's why
I hear
a
you.
lot of programmers and all that type of void spaces.
Oh,
you see
okay.
the underdash.
Yeah.
There you go.
IT guys.
There you go. All right, cool then. What was the announcement? Calypso, what was the announcement we were going to make? I don't know. Was there an announcement we were going to make? It's just on Monday, 13th of September is the
that one. I
is
don't
Tiger
know.
Week.
Unless it was the phone calls and the special.
Yeah,
Could have been that, phone calls and the specials.
Or unless it was the opening the Sydney store, which we're not mentioning today.
Wait,
Stand by for further information on that on another
This would be
day.
literally the first I've heard of that. Let's see. What are you... okay. Roscoe, what are you going to do with the spare tubes? Seeing as though you're only selling in lots of 5.
Oh, we'll have some spare tubes.
Keen observer,
Yeah.
Roscoe.
Well done.
Well, I've got a few I could take home probably. Or no, I wouldn't do that. Yes, I would.
Believe it or not, the tubes get sucked into the system pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Someone will come in and buy 15 and we'll all of a sudden, we don't have any spare tubes, so we'll grab one from out the back type of thing. So they do get used. But look, if you're coming through the store, Ruben's going to hate me for this. If you're coming through the store, and we've got a spare tube, we might be able to provide you with one.
Yep, fair enough. What are we up to now, Deej?
the comment was the announcement was the comments about storage in Sydney. I think that was an announcement that we're going to be prolonging for a while. It wasn't something that was going to be on this stream.
Right.
In all seriousness, and we bounced this idea around quite a bit, we can't do anything until we update our back-end systems. It would just be a disaster. So we are currently doing that, and the lovely Merrin is in charge of that, and she's doing an incredible job, despite the fact that I keep changing the goalposts on her and harassing her and not giving her the information she needs and all that sort of stuff. And that's actually what's holding up any decisions about anything along those sort of lines. So, yeah, once we get that under control, which we're hoping to have done before the end of the year, we can start considering other options.
Fair enough. DJ has told us we're up to 75 emails.
75.
Well, okay, excellent. Probably next 5 minutes they're going to be gone. So again, live at bullionnow.com.au in the subject line of the email. Make sure you have Eagle 5, no space in between. 5 is FIVE, and you'll pick up one lot of 5 Silver Eagles at a very cool price of spot plus $7 each.
All right, got one here from Simon. It's my last one, I think. Hi, Michael. I've been stacking silver for a while now. I've just started buying gold coins in the quarter ounce size. Any chance you can get more gold in the quarter ounce, so gold Eagles, Phillies, Krugers, as this size is a good trade-off between cost and premium paid? I agree, it is a good trade-off on that one. We do try to get them in. Believe it or not, they're not the easiest size to get in, the old quarter ounce, but you can get the quarter ounce Tiger coming in on Monday the 13th. Be there.
You timed that very well, because someone is asking the exact same question right as it popped up.
Oh, really?
There you go.
And if you're reading that on email, as it came in on the chat, so you've done well.
Nice.
Okay. We
fantastic.
should possibly get Matt down here for 5 minutes.
If we can, yeah, we've got
He's
probably
watching. We're over
5.
an hour already.
We're about 5-10 minutes left. So, Matt, if you felt like popping in, I'm going to have to do a crafty
Change
thing
over?
here, change
That's
over there,
all right.
but that's
I'll
all right.
I'll do the moonwalk.
Yes,
while you're doing it.
Roscoe's asking, has the 1 kilo completer coin arrived yet?
Oh, no. I don't know what's going on. I'm very pained over this because I'm hanging out to see it. But yeah, they should have been here by now. They haven't arrived yet.
Fair enough. Any other questions on your end?
No, I'm done for
You're
the
all
emails.
Done. Fantastic. Michael's asking how long until the link comes to purchase. Not quite sure. I assume we're going to wait until we've received all 100, and then it's really up to the people in the back end to start
I
sending them
understand it then becomes a semi-automatic system of all the links being sent out. So I'd anticipate you should have them within an hour or so.
out. Okay, cool. Fantastic. So spot plus $7 a month, around about your $39,
it's less.
$40.
Our target was less than $40.
Yeah.
And as I
Which
said
is
to the
good.
boys, knowing how luck will say, they're all less than $40, and spot will spike up $1, and everyone will call me a liar. But it should be around about that mid to high 39s at the spot price at this second, and that's Australian dollars, by the way. So for any of the Americans that are having a heart attack right now. What else have we got coming up? I'm waiting for the link. Yeah, it'll come through. Stand by. What's the premium on the gold Lunar Tigers? I don't have the exact, believe it or not, I don't have the exact pricing yet. It will be very similar to what the Ox was, which I think off the top of my head was around about that 140 Australian above spot. It'll be somewhere around that 140 mark. What's the premium? Yeah, I just read that one. I want the completer. So yeah, I want the kilo completer too. We actually have the other sizes of the completer coming in too. This should be later this month. So that's the 1 ounce. Is it 1 ounce or is it 2 ounce rubes? I've gone blank.
I'm typing. What was that?
The completer in the silver.
2 ounce.
So, yeah, so the silver 2 ounce, we've got some of those coming in, and the 1 ounce gold, we've got some more of those coming in as well later this month. The 10 ounce Queen's Beast coming in as well. I'm trying to secure some. I don't have them yet. Hi lads, this is from Sam Hamilton. Hi lads, I have a small amount in unallocated. Can I use to purchase Lunar Gold? Absolutely. That's actually one of the best ideas for the unallocated program, or one of the many ideas for the unallocated program, is you can lock in a spot price 12 months beforehand, and then you can come over and convert that over to your Lunar once it's been released on Monday the 13th. Welcome.
Hello, thank you very much. Dude, very good. How are you?
Good. What's going on in the numismatic world?
Oh, you wouldn't read about it, Michael. Between the Tigers and the upcoming releases from the Perth men, I think Little Coin Shop's got its hands full.
Yeah.
So a lot of excitement on the horizon.
There is. I actually looked at the, September. I looked at the October releases this morning, and there's some dynamite stuff.
It is going to be big. Yeah.
They're going out with a bang. They started off with a bit of a whimper at the start of the year.
Yeah.
But the Perth Mint's definitely going out with a bang at the end of the year.
They are indeed, across the board. Yeah, it should be good times.
There's a great one. And I mentioned this the other day on the Michael's Mailbox, but they've produced a fantastic one for Christmas this year.
Oh, really?
And I can't say too much about it other than it's a 2-ounce silver antique coin. But the design on it is, I really liked it. I thought they've done a brilliant job with it.
Oh, I feel like there'll be an exciting video to be had then.
When it comes in.
Yeah.
And the other one I'm going to keep an eye out, and unfortunately it's going to be a hard one to get hold of because it's a limited mintage of 500, but that's the next 2-ounce gilded coin that they're bringing out.
Oh, yeah, that'll be
next week, I think, isn't it?
Really? Oh, so yeah, because we were talking about the 5-ounce as well. So the two.
My apologies, it's a 5-ounce, isn't it? It's not a 2-ounce.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. And that comes out. They're doing these mid-month releases, which I'm not sure what the theory is behind that.
I don't know.
But we'll do an unboxing on that coin, and it's a beautiful coin.
Yeah.
So looking
that will
good.
be very popular.
7 left, or okay. So there's 7. Must be up to 93 of the Eagles still left.
All these are already gone.
Well, there's 93 5-ounce lots left. Sorry, there is 7 5-ounce lots left. Yeah, it's been a long day.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I've only been here 2 minutes and I'm exhausted.
All right, so have we got any numismatic-based questions? What are your thoughts on 5 9s versus 4 9s or 3 9s? Got any thoughts on that one?
Not really. The impression I get from that is that it becomes almost like a marketing tool for mints. That's my impression of it. I don't know what your take is on it, but you're getting to a point where anything after, 4 9s, it's much for muchness. That extra 9 isn't going to be the different. It's not going to be the kind of thing that we scan with the XRF and say, "Wow, this changes everything."
I think the XRF only goes to 4 digits.
I think you're right. Yeah. So in that sense, once you get up to 4 9s, you're in business. So it's just a bit of fun, I think.
There was one that it was a South American refinery produced some 5 9 stuff a couple of years ago, Macau's and stuff. Beautiful coins.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of ran after them, but they were a bit of I wouldn't say it's a gimmick, but it's a bit of a gimmick, really. And the extra expense for it, because it is, like, from an industrial perspective, it's quite a lot more expense to go to 5 9s. It was nice, but...
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good, I think, that's why I say almost like a bit of a marketing thing. I might be mistaken. I think it may have been the Royal Canadian Mint that was first to do it.
Yeah, I think they were.
And then the Perth Mint got on board, so yeah it's just,
But even the 3 9s, there's nothing wrong with 3 9s.
No, not at all.
It's still considered to be investment grade.
Yeah.
So there's no problem if you've got 3 9 stuff. Usually it's the older stuff that's 3 9s. Or if it's newer stuff, it's because the refinery's been a bit slack in updating their stamps, because they all pretty much run at 4 9s now. So yeah, even if you've got the 3 9 stuff, that's still good stuff. I wouldn't be stressed about it.
Yeah, no, it's certainly not the kind of thing that you'll bring into the shop and we'll turn our nose up at that one less 9.
Yeah, it's disappeared off the top, but one of the guys, and he's asked it before, and I think I missed the question. It's about the Perth Mint Opal Swan medallion. So, did you want to make a comment on that at all?
I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, it's a Perth Mint. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's a Perth Mint only. So you can only source it from the Perth Mint. We can't get it as a retailer.
Oh, okay. And this is an opal medallion.
Yeah, I believe it was done in opal.
Peter Graysmith Guide. Any news on the Perth Mint medallion opal swan logo 1 ounce silver?
Yeah,
okay.
We can't get them is the short answer.
Yeah,
they are a great medallion. They look great. They really do.
I'm excited to see it now. Yeah, that's cool.
They've done a great job with it. Great to get hold of. Is it a collector's item? I'd actually say they haven't done them done themselves any favours because they've never really made a big deal of it.
No, well, the Opal stuff has always been popular in the past. I guess it comes down to the mintage. How many?
Well, I think it's technically an unlimited mintage.
Okay, that would probably soften the intensity of the secondary market out of the gate. But depending on what the confirmed mintage is after the fact, that could...
I don't think they're dated, so I think it's just something they produce over time.
Right. So it could become like a souvenir type thing if you go to visit the mint, and that'll be... I'd still probably get one.
Yeah, look, I absolutely would. Even down to... We've got one kicking out on a desk just out here. It was one of the Perth Mint's original touristy things where they produced a 1 ounce gold medallion with the Perth Mint on it, and it was just that touristy type thing.
Yeah.
They don't make them anymore, and they are incredibly sought after.
Yeah, they look really nice as well. That's with the old left-facing swan. Yeah, they look really nice. I like those.
Yeah. What else have we got? Now we've thrashed through that. 2019 RAM released map of the world dome coins. Was supposed to be a set of 3, but only 2 were released. Do you know what happened? Do you think they pulled it because it was not popular? This is
I thought they did.
They completed the set?
I thought they completed the set. They did. There was a yellowish box, a bluish box, and a greenish box. I realise that's not very specific. There was the new maps of the new maps of the world and the explorers. They did Drake, Cavendish, and there was another explorer. I think I may stand corrected. I think that series was completed. And it was really cool. I thought that was really interesting. That was good use of the domed technology. I like when they do it in a way that it actually relates to the subject matter. So, you're talking about the globe, and they've got the dome as opposed to the lunar stuff's great that the RAM does, but I don't see the relevance of the dome. It doesn't really...
Yeah.
It looks great, but I like it when... and they did it with the... Southern Skies and stuff like that.
Stars one.
Yeah, it lends itself really well to that format. So I'm a big fan of those domed coins for that reason.
You want to get in on the capsule debate?
Yeah. So where did we land on it? I saw you and Joe were
we were
getting started on it.
We basically just went down the go to Lighthouse.
I think that's pretty much where we land anytime we have this conversation.
Yeah.
And I think we've addressed this in the past.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it for my entire stack. I'd take out a few choice pieces, which I have done, and I'll put those in the slightly more high-end capsules and holders and things like that.
What if you wanted to put some more common-y stuff? I'm trying not to say low-end, but effectively, if you wanted some low-end capsules, what would you do?
Well, you could get some low-end capsules, but you would do that with the understanding that there is a very real possibility that you'll have some sort of leaking onto your coins. So you may find that you get some toning, which some people love. I've got some really cool old obscurely toned coins in my stack that to some people they'd say, well, you've destroyed it, it looks terrible. Yeah. But other people would see it and say, oh, it actually adds a nice little artistic flavour to your stack.
I can tell you some of the older coins, your pounds, shillings and pence,
not
the pounds gaming coins. But, those older type coins, some of them that get, some of the rainbow toning and that on them, they go for astronomical numbers.
Yeah. Particularly, I see a lot of that in the Canberra florin, the 1927 florin. Some of those just look incredible once they get some toning on them.
Yeah.
It has a really nice effect.
Some of the pennies as well.
Yeah.
Look fantastic.
I'm a big fan of those.
So, let's say you didn't want to encapsulate it. Is there other things you can do? And I'm not saying that because I'm about to introduce something else in a second, but is there other stuff?
Yeah. Well, as a rule of thumb, my advice for any type of collectible coin, banknote, figurine, whatever it happens to be, is a cool, dry, dark place. Like, for instance, in a cupboard or something like that, but in a cupboard that hopefully isn't in direct sunlight throughout the day, because you can get, it shouldn't be an issue if it's, in a dark cupboard, but I have had, I've bought back collections where the boxes have been left out in direct sunlight, and particularly if it's only half of it, for example, you'll see one half is really faded and a little cracked looking, and then the other part looks perfect. And that, unfortunately, has big implications to the resale value of a collectible item.
So, something that I actually brought up for a little bit of show and tell is something that we've started doing in the shop for display purposes. And that's these type of things. So if you want to display your coin, despite Matt saying, keep it in a dark cupboard where no one can ever see it.
Oh, that's it for storage. Now we're talking display. This is a whole nother ball game.
So you can get these sorts of things, and they're not particularly expensive, and they're really good for showing off. This is a Kruger. You can see it both sides, and they're actually it's two membranes, if you like, of clear plastic. And they go around your coin, so you can actually open this up. If I pull it apart, you open it up, place the coin in there, orientate it around the way you want to display it, and close it up. And it kind of floats there in this membrane, or between these two membranes. And as you can see there, we've done it with a couple of gold bars there. You reckon you could fit a kilo bar in there?
I reckon you could give it a crack. You might struggle, but...
Pamp might fit in there.
Maybe that'll be an experiment for the next stream.
Yeah, I don't know
so
how
we can fit in there.
Weight, but you can display things like that, so you don't have to keep them in capsules. There's other alternatives, and these I actually really like these. If you just want to display something on your desk, on your mantelpiece, that sort of stuff. Because Matt's right, keeping them in a even temperature, cool, dark cupboard is the best thing for them. Mm-hmm. But we like to show off the things we buy sometimes.
Absolutely, yeah. And because what we're doing at the moment is when the world opens up and you can come back into the store, you'll see we've got these on display. A lot of these coins are outside. They don't have any additional capsules or anything like that. It's partially as an experiment to see what kind of, if any, effects this plastic will have on the coin. So we'll take the leap, and if there are any issues, we'll weed them out. And if that is the case, I would suggest putting them in a capsule before you're putting them in something like that.
That's it. You could put a capsule. I think we've had some capsuled ones there, haven't we?
And they still look great, So you can see both sides and display it in all its glory.
So this one's a bit of a bullion question, but you can probably answer it as well. Calypso Moon, if I purchased a single alien and I was prepared to take the risk, would you send the coin in an envelope for cheaper, and as a box is more expensive and bad for the environment? Just here, mate.
We send it just in an envelope.
Do you want me to answer this one?
Well, this is probably a you question.
I thought you might want to pitch in.
I could have a crack, but I don't know if I'll answer, if we would. I suppose we...
Look, the answer's no. And I know that we all start off with the best intention, but the trouble is when it does go missing, and envelopes do have a tendency to go missing at times, you end up with an unsatisfied customer, and we won't do that. Bad for the environment, I would argue that the boxes that we use, as far as I'm aware, are recycled, and they can be recycled because they're cardboard boxes. You've got the plastic bag that they go in on the outside. So you could say that was bad for the environment. I'd agree with that statement. But look, to be honest, we have sent them out in previous times in envelopes, and even when we've had the understanding with a customer, and I'm absolutely not saying that you would do this, Calypso Moon, but I know if we had it as a company policy, even though we've explained it to customers, we'd find that we'd get pushback for when it got lost.
And actually, I don't know, my mind must have been elsewhere, but I did used to work for Australia Post, and the amount of calls that I would get would say, I received my envelope, I was returning my keys to the rental agent or whatever it may be, and there's just a hole in it. And I said, yeah, did you put anything else in there? And they said, no, I just put the key in an envelope. And they go through when they're scanning to check the postcode on envelopes, they call it the electric eye, and it sees two sort of rollers that go incredibly fast, and anytime there's anything in there, it just goes straight through. So coins, keys, car keys, you name it, they have they call it the Return Mail Redistribution Centre, and it is quite literally a warehouse stacked with keys, coins, anything that people try and sneak through to save a little on postage. So
not worth it.
Not a great idea.
Yeah. All right. Midnight Gardeners touched on something else. Also, is there a law about not being allowed to send legal tender via Australia Post? I'm not going to get into Australia Post's policies, but I'd suggest that if you look closely, you'll actually find that they won't allow you to, normally, unless you have a special agreement with them, they won't allow you to send money or precious metals through the post. They don't like it at all.
That's true. However, you can send items of numismatic value.
Yes,
as
you can.
I used to do in the Philatelic Bureau with PNCs and all that sort of jazz.
Yeah, it'd be pretty bad if you couldn't send stamps through the post.
Would not be a great look.
Alrighty, we might have to draw it to a close there because
I
we've
think
gone
so.
well over time. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm being
One
interrupted.
email left. One spot left.
There's one spot left. You're kidding me.
One left.
If you haven't sent in your email yet, there is one spot left. I'm amazed. There is one spot left for you. So, yeah. I'd suggest, though, that if you're watching this on, like, after the event, that they're all gone.
Yeah, good chance of it.
So don't chase us up this afternoon or tomorrow or anything like that. They'll be all gone by then. Do you want to add anything to it, mate?
Nothing. It's been a lot of fun. I like coming in just at the end. I just get to do the fun part and then get out of here. Oh, it's good.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for taking the time out to sit for an hour and a bit with us and discuss numismatics and precious metals. You can't believe how stoked we are that people have actually grabbed onto this and have encouraged it. So we started it off as a bit of a laugh, and here we are, still swinging away, having a ball with it. So thanks heaps for participating. Thanks heaps for phoning in. If you like the phone in style, put in a couple of messages either on this one in the comments or elsewhere and let us know that you want us to keep going with it. Or if you don't want us to keep going with it, let us know that you don't want us to keep going with it because we don't want to torture you with that sort of stuff. Be aware that Monday is Tiger release day, so you'll be able to place your orders for the Perth Mint Tigers. The only ones that you won't be able to place an order for is the 1/20th in the gold and the 5 ounce, the kilo and the 10 kilo in the silver because they will be manufactured later on in the year and we'll let you know when they get released for order. We'll have most of the gold available in various sizes except for the 1/20th, like I said. The silver we should have by Monday afternoon, which is the 1/2 ounce and the 2 ounce. The 1 ounce, I don't know, so that will probably end up on pre-order, so just be aware of that. But yeah, Monday the 13th in the morning we will open both the phone lines and email and website for orders for the Tiger. If you're after the proof Tigers and that type of thing, they were actually released for order on Tuesday this week, so a couple of days ago. So littlecoinshop.com.au and you'll be able to place your order there.
Perfect.
That's it.
Excellent. Love it.
Thanks for watching. That's it from me.
And from me.
And from me.
And from me.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.